To exaggerate about things because I'm Cuban and I know we have a tendency to do so.
Left-wing policies hurt shareholders. In new SEC filing, Disney is now admitting that it's been slapped by its own customers.
But honestly, I think Snow White might single-handedly ruin Disney's entire 2025.
Could Disney's most daring remake ever shatter the studio's legendary reputation? The upcoming Snow White 2025, an eye-popping $300 million production, is tangled in a storm of controversy that shows no signs of calming down. At the heart of this chaos is Rachel Zegler, whose remarks have unleashed a tidal wave of fan outrage. Boycotts are sweeping across social media, turning what should have been a triumphant reimagining into a PR nightmare. With costly reshoots underway and an ever-ballooning budget, Disney finds itself at a precarious crossroads. Could this fiasco spell the end of their live-action magic? Or is there still a way to salvage the project and save face? The trouble began with Rachel Zegler's controversial take on modernizing Snow White, which struck a nerve with audiences worldwide. In interviews, Zegler dismissed the cherished 1937 classic as outdated, declaring that the new Snow White won't be saved by a prince. While some praised her for embracing a more feminist perspective, many die-hard fans saw her remarks as an affront to the original story's timeless charm. As clips of her statements went viral, hashtags like #boycott Snow White and #not my Snow White began dominating social platforms. The backlash reached a fever pitch, with comparisons to Brie Larson's infamous Captain Marvel press tour emerging almost instantly. Fans were quick to point out a growing trend of Hollywood stars alienating audiences with divisive commentary, amplifying an already volatile situation. The reimagining of Snow White has sparked a fierce debate among fans, leaving the Disney community sharply divided. One of the most contentious changes? The replacement of the iconic Seven Dwarfs with a diverse ensemble cast, a decision critics have slammed as unnecessary and forced. Fans who eagerly anticipated the nostalgia of the original were blindsided by these dramatic updates, which many believe overshadow the timeless charm of the beloved tale. This isn't the first time Disney has faced backlash for modernizing a classic. During the release of The Little Mermaid, similar outrage erupted as audiences felt the contemporary twists drained the magic from the original story. With Snow White, Disney's well-meaning attempts to embrace diversity seem to be colliding head-on with the audience's longing for authenticity. But the controversy doesn't stop there. It comes with a colossal price tag. The live-action Snow White remake has already racked up an eye-watering $300 million, making it Disney's most expensive live-action project ever. And as if that wasn't enough, last-minute reshoots and emergency edits have added an estimated $10 to $15 million more to the already bloated budget. These skyrocketing costs have raised serious questions about whether the film can ever hope to break even. Industry watchers are already drawing comparisons to the infamous failure of John Carter, a lavishly expensive flop that left Disney scrambling to recover its losses. But the stakes go far beyond the box office. If Snow White tanks, the fallout could wreak havoc on Disney's merchandising plans, leaving warehouses packed with unsold toys, dolls, and apparel. The financial damage wouldn't just hit this film, it could erode faith in Disney's entire live-action remake formula. Could this monumental gamble on Snow White mark the beginning of the end for Disney's reliance on reimagined classics? Only time will tell, but the stakes couldn't be higher. Disney's promotional strategy for Snow White has done little to calm the storm. It's only intensified the flames. Trailers showcasing the radical changes to Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs were met with immediate outrage. Fans accused the studio of sidelining storytelling in favor of pushing agendas, sparking widespread criticism. This marketing misstep recalls the infamous debacle surrounding Ghostbusters, 2016, where dismissing fan concerns alienated the core audience. Instead of generating excitement, Disney's campaign seemed to amplify dissatisfaction, turning Snow White into a symbol of unwelcome change rather than a celebration of a classic. And if the backlash wasn't already bad enough, Rachel Zegler's contentious remarks have only poured more gasoline on the fire. Her outspoken comments about the original Snow White not only outraged fans, but also deepened the rift between the film and its potential audience. By intertwining her personal controversies with the movie's marketing failures, Zegler inadvertently became a lightning rod for criticism, further complicating Disney's efforts to salvage the project. The fallout has extended well beyond the film itself, casting a long shadow over Rachel Zegler's career. Industry insiders report that producers are increasingly wary of working with her, drawing eerie parallels to Katherine Heigl's infamous fallout after her public critiques of her own projects. Zegler's remarks about the 1937 Snow White alienated both fans and Hollywood professionals, raising serious doubts about her ability to take on high-profile roles moving forward. Now, as Zegler navigates the ongoing reshoots, her career is at a precarious crossroads. This moment could very well define her reputation in Hollywood, either offering a chance for redemption or cementing her status as a polarizing figure in the industry. The stakes have never been higher, and all eyes are watching to see if Zegler can recover from this storm of controversy. Disney's Snow White is spotlighting a much bigger issue plaguing the studio. Audiences are growing weary of endless live-action remakes. Fans have voiced their frustration over reboots that seem to prioritize modern agendas at the expense of the original's heart and charm. What's worse, many feel these updates are erasing the very magic that made these classics timeless. The enormous success of Frozen, a completely original story, shows that audiences aren't just looking for recycled nostalgia. They're hungry for something new, something bold, something that breaks the mold. Disney's over-reliance on nostalgia appears to be losing its spark. For a long time, it seemed like reviving animated favorites could do no wrong, but Snow White's controversy might be a signal that this formula is wearing thin. The film's struggles could force Disney to reimagine its approach to storytelling. Will they finally pivot toward crafting fresh cultural landmarks instead of reshaping ones we've already loved? Or will they continue down this increasingly rocky road? At $300 million and counting, Snow White 2025 is no longer just a movie. It's a high-stakes warning sign for Disney's live-action division. Fans are fed up, the budget is spiraling out of control, and the backlash is impossible to ignore. The project now stands as a cautionary tale, highlighting the risks of prioritizing profits and messaging over authentic storytelling. The stakes couldn't be higher. Is this the end of Disney's live-action reign, or can the studio use this wake-up call to recalibrate and reignite the magic? One thing is certain. The future of Disney's storytelling strategy hangs precariously in the balance. This could be the turning point that forces the studio to rethink everything, or it might just be the moment that proves they've pushed too far. What do you think? Has Disney crossed the line with Snow White, or could this be the shakeup they desperately need? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We want to hear it all.